Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. This video is called, or this part of the video is called, It Does Not Matter Their Socio-Economic Status. It does not matter if them come from uptown or downtown, they still have the same attitude, meaning on the road. It is all about hype. It is all about being selfish. It is all about breaking the rules and laws just to enthuse themselves, their own ego. Well, people, this is also called the most expensive accident ever in the history of Jamaica because of the caliber of vehicles that were involved. As of yesterday or today, those insurance companies are going to be crying. They might even go bankrupt, trying to fix back these vehicles that might have been total. And even if these vehicles can be fixed, it is going to be a very expensive undertaking for the owner and also the insurance company. This accident that occurred on the highway, not really sure which one it is. I should be able to identify, however, not at this point. We are speaking about Benz. We are speaking about Bentley. We are speaking about Range Rover. We are speaking about McLaren. We are speaking about Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi. You name it, every set of high-end vehicle was involved. And people, if people DEAD, I would not be surprised how a lot of them did not lose their life based on the speed in which they were going. It is very surprising. It is very mind-boggling. So people, take a listen, take a look to some of these videos, and then I'll give my piece.
Do we have to?
Bobby, me nearly let them through the middle and come. I'm going to follow behind you.
But the people are like that, and you
No, we don't get touched. We unite up. No, we don't get touched. We unite up prayer, so none of them touch me. Come here, see them a fool.
We see the car fall over, you know. You see car, no. You see
Where's it, miss? Where's it?
They forget lock up.
And we get locked up?
Yes. Sir.
Why?
Because I'm drive too fast, I funeral where I come from, I pass the wall of them.
So who passed you first? Who passed you?
When the car, the white one there, one I saw. Come back and show you.
Oh, Judge.
No man, see you a star. All them boys are run man, they get locked up. Come at their backers, me name. My name is Backers. Backers your name. Where white one there? Where white one there with a pass? Where white, first white one there?
Judge.
Right there, see there. That one now. That one now. That one now.
Judge.
Yeah, I eat that, sir. I eat that thing that. Right now, me can't go my yard.
Yo, Bean. Bean. Bombok. Yo.
Do we have to?
Bobby, me nearly let them through the middle and come. I'm going to follow behind you.
But the people are like that, and you
Bombok. Yo.
Video for this.
have to.
Bobby, mingle let them through the middle, you come. Come here, follow behind you.
But the people are not care them good with us.
Never wanted to be this guy. Can I report that transportation from this time? Yo, baby, come.
So people, like I said, I forget to mention some Porsche. Not Porsche Simpson, Porsche is an expensive car, 911 and them, and also Tesla amongst others. People, like I said, the mindset of Jamaicans, they are very hype, they are very lawless, they are very stubborn. Everybody is for self. Once them have that expensive fast car, they feel as if they can blaze on the road. They can do just about anything. And then because of their hype, adrenaline rush and ego, them cause people to either get hurt or get injured, including their friends. And what is even worse, they are not going to learn from this. Yes, they might go home and looking at the ceiling and say to themselves, me can't believe that this one get broke up. Me can't believe that this one DEAD. But then again, by next week, it is back to square one. Just the mindset and mentality of these people in Jamaica. Sad to say, that is a cold hard facts, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is the fact that Jamaica has become such a SHITTY place where you can do all the best that you can do, live your best life, live a wholesome, lawful life, meaning go to school, get an education, come out, have the ambition to get a job to take care of yourself and your family. And you can lose your life just like the common criminal that is out there, robbing people, taking extortion, doing all manner of evil. I am speaking about a young lady known as Mrs. Merchant. Mrs. Merchant did such things. She went to school, got her education, graduated, and was signed up to get some sorts of job overseas, Canada to be specific, in the nursing industry. However, that dream was shortcut. Based on an incident that occurred at the Manchester Mandeville Market maybe less than a week ago, in which they said that 7 individuals were blazed up. 2 of them lost their life on the spot. 2 of them are still battling for their life in the hospital. One of those persons, picture posted on the screen right now, Mrs. Merchant. Mrs. Merchant, like I said, she did all the right things. Miss Merchant, just happened to go to the market on that specific day. Doing her regular routine shopping for the family, food stuff like those. It just so happens that on that fateful day, luck would have it that, or bad luck would have it that, some individuals that are involved in some sorts of gang activity. 2 of the young men that were packed actually saw a young man that was caught slipping. A chase ensued. Them start to blaze up all sorts of shot cross all over the place. After the smoke clear, at least 7 persons, including Miss Merchant. She was battling in a video that is making its round on social media on the ground for her life. Pretty much she was blazed up, probably in the shoulder, upper shoulder, the back of the upper shoulder, or in the back of the head. She was rushed to the hospital. However, too late was the call. Now, based on what family members are saying when they were interviewed by TVJ or one of those reputable news media, is that, yes, she had just graduated from nursing school, and yes, they had just bought her ticket because she could not even afford her own ticket. She had just signed off on some sort of nursing job in Canada for at least 3 years. Now, people, if you know anything about nursing in America or Canada, it is a very good paying job. So therefore, that lady would have been the main breadwinner in her family, I am assuming, based on the fact that she's a nurse, registered nurse, and she's going overseas. So therefore, buku dollar, or at least enough dollars that it could support her family and herself. So based on the fact that this young lady set out her goals, go to school, graduate, get a job, she was living her dream, you know that the family would have been elated, supportive, and then it became devastated by this news. So when you think about the fact, like I said before at the start of this video, just like the common criminal out there that is piping up people, extorting, robbing, doing all sorts of takeaway, it seems as if the same applies for the regular Joe or Jane out there that is doing the right thing. You could also lose your life, DEAD, like some sorts of dog in the streets, as was the case in this young lady. So when you look at the trickle-down effect, the negative domino effect, this lady gone, leave her kids if she have any, not sure about that. She have mother, she have father, she have brothers, she have co-workers, she have friends that like her, friends that appreciate her ambition, appreciate her drive. These people's life won't ever be the same until the end of their natural life, as it pertains to the gunmen and the gangsters out there that are creating all this havoc in a society. They just go on with their life as if nothing happened. They do not have any sorts of conscience or heart of the other persons that were just going about their merry way and get caught up in some sorts of crossfire, get pie up, or even lose their life just to get one target. So people do the mathematics. One person targeted, 7 people get caught up, and these people just go on with their life as if nothing happened. And the sad thing is that whenever the poor hold on upon them, in a them liquor district, in a them house, you got hear the mother or auntie or the residents or people that like them and say, but him did innocent, he never have any sorts of tool, and the poor take him away in a cold blood. But people, like I've always said, there should be no sorts of mercy for the merciless. These family members that you leave bawling, your family member should be bawling also. It is only right whenever you do that type of wrong, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Say It Is Not So, WHAT, the FUCK news. I am speaking about a very unfortunate incident that took place in St. Elizabeth along the main road, where it is confirmed 58-year-old Venroy Blackwood, he happens to be a black maker. It seems as if in blackout, he was riding his bicycle, he fell from that bicycle, dropping at some sorts of pothole and drowned. Now people, when I first heard this news, I said to myself, something sounds quite not right, something sounds kind of shaky. Based on the information, it seems as if Mr. Blackwood was out drinking that night. He decided to ride on the way home. While he was riding, he lost his balance, dropped, fell, hit his head, dropping at a pothole, and that is how he drowned. Now, when you hear stuff like this, one would say to yourself, what is a likely possibility, probability of one drowning while falling into a pothole? How deep this pothole could be? However, when you listen, the important component, meaning that he was under J. Ray and nephew, that means if him hit him head and he was not quick to respond, his reflexes in his brain was not so swift, then we could understand, as sad as it sounds. Now we see the people relevant authority, meaning the MP for the era, they are saying the relevant authority should fix the potholes in the road based on the weather condition, meaning rain, based on the fact that there's been a whole bunch of breaking, meaning a whole bunch of leaking pipes. So people, is this negligence that causes man's deaths, including his habit of drinking the J. Ray and nephew too much? Let me know what you think in the comment section, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the Clarendon, Mandeville, Manchester area has broken out into sore. There goes the neighborhood. And this is because a lot of the transplanted criminals from all over Jamaica, meaning Westmoreland, Negril, Mobile, Ocho-Rios, they are now located in the Mandeville, Manchester, Clarendon area. And we saw that a couple of days ago at the Mandeville Manchester market, there was a pie out in which 7 persons got conned up. 2 of them did not make it. 2 are still in the hospital battling for life. Well, guess what? Just down the road, maybe less than 24 hours ago, a next man was conned up. It is said that he was on his bike when he was approached by a couple of assailants who blazed him up, lick him off of the bike. He was seen on his face in a pool of his own, blood. Now, based on information that is out on the street, it is said that he was involved in all sorts of mix-up, and people, based on how he was dressed, polo, boxers are sure, Clarks, Rete, Lele, Blue, blah, bling. It seems as if it is a starter kit for some sorts of chopper. Cannot say for sure that this applies to this man. So we see that the Pope or the relevant authority, they are out and about, and they are saying that they're implementing all sorts of strategy to make sure that they can take back their community. However, people, what we've seen, when it comes to the relevant authority in Jamaica, they are proactive instead of reactive. Places have to get bad before them decide that they are going to do anything. And such is the case as it pertains to Manchester, Mandeville, Clarendon, Rete, Lele, Blue, blah, bling, point blank, and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is an update about that JDF soldier that lost his life in Denham Town. His name is Private Danville. Based on the information, it is said that they were manning the ground in a Denham Town. When there was some sorts of party, there was some sorts of conflict or confrontation between the soldiers and some men in the area, gunmen them call it. After the smoke cleared, Mr. Danville lost his life. There's been all sorts of controversy because persons were saying that the persons that are responsible are gangster. Then we heard that it might have been some sorts of friendly FIRE. The latest that we heard is that there was some sorts of conflict as it pertains to that JCF officer. He did not graduate. He did not meet all the criteria. So therefore, based on his conduct, it is said that he was dismissed from the JCF. It is said that they held him and he was under arrest. There was some sorts of question and answer by the Major Investigative Division. However, people, based on the information that I am getting, it is said that he was questioned and he was released. There is no sorts of charges being laid against this man. Now, people, when I first spoke about this situation, I told you that, listen, if this happened at Denham Town and the persons responsible, they are gangsters. Their own gang members were going to push them out because they do not want the smoke, they do not want the heat. So I said, more than likely, this came from some sort of friendly FIRE. And again, people, it seems as if the family for this person, Mr. Danville, is not going to get any sorts of justice. It seems as if all they are getting is all sorts of runaround. Hopefully, the JCF and the JDF can do some proper investigation and come to the bottom of this, arrest somebody, and give this family and this person some sorts of closure. Point blank and period.